Hey everyone, and welcome back to English Eden, the place where we don't just learn words, we learn the meaning behind them. I'm Sam.
And I'm Ruby. I love how you said that, Sam, because today's topic is exactly that. It's about connection, about how we show people we care and how we feel cared for in return.
That's right, and we're not just talking about romance here. We're talking about friendships, family, coworkers, basically anyone who matters to you.
Exactly. Today's episode is all about the 5 love languages, a concept that's been around for a while but feels as fresh as ever.
Now, I know what some listeners might be thinking. Love languages? That sounds a bit soft or abstract. But hang with us, this is actually super practical.
Totally. It's like a user manual for human relationships. Once you get it, you start seeing patterns everywhere, in your family, your friendships, even your workplace.
Right. It's like when you realize why one friend always wants to hang out and another keeps sending you little gifts. You're both expressing care, just in different languages.
Exactly. Everyone gives and receives love differently. When we don't understand those differences, we can feel unseen, even if the other person is trying to show they care.
So today, we're going to unpack each of the 5 love languages, what they mean, how to recognize them, and how to talk about them using natural English phrases.
And we'll also share a few personal stories, because let's be honest, this topic gets real fast.
Very true. Okay, Ruby, before we get into the list, can I ask you something?
Of course.
Before you even knew about love languages, how did you usually show your friends that you appreciated them?
Probably by checking in often. I'm that friend who texts, "Hey, how's your week going?" Or I'll write a little note if someone's having a hard time.
That sounds like words of affirmation already.
You caught me. Okay, your turn.
I think I usually show it by spending time together, grabbing coffee, helping with something, fixing their computer, things like that.
See, you just mentioned 2 love languages right there: quality time and acts of service.
Already multilingual in love, huh?
Apparently. Let's break them down properly.
So, words of affirmation, that's basically about using language to show appreciation.
Exactly. For people who value this language, words carry emotional weight. A sincere thank you or a thoughtful compliment can totally make their day.
Like saying, you gave really great advice yesterday, it helped me a lot.
Yes, that's perfect. Or I love how patient you were with me earlier. It's about noticing and naming the positive things.
So, not just good job, but something specific that shows you mean it.
Exactly. For someone whose love language is words of affirmation, criticism or silence can hurt deeply, even more than you'd expect.
Makes sense. I have a friend like that. He always writes long texts just saying he appreciates me or he's grateful for our friendship. It always surprises me in a good way.
That's a perfect example. He's not just being wordy, he's speaking his language.
Right, and if someone didn't reply or didn't acknowledge it, he might feel ignored, even if that person thought, oh, that's sweet.
Right. So if you're learning English, it's powerful to have phrases ready for this. Here are a few examples.
I really appreciate what you did for me.
You always know how to make me smile.
It means so much when you believe in me. Try practicing those out loud. They're short but sincere.
And here's a quick cultural note. In English-speaking cultures, we often use small affirmations like, "You did great," or "I'm proud of you." They sound simple, but they carry emotional warmth.
Right, even saying, I missed you or it's good to see you can brighten someone's day.
Okay, next up, quality time.
This one feels close to my heart.
I thought it might. This language is all about presence. It's not just being physically together, it's giving someone your full attention.
So, no scrolling through your phone while your friend is talking?
Exactly. Active listening, shared experiences, undivided focus, that's what counts.
I once had a friend who'd always plan little friend dates, like movie nights or long walks. Even if we didn't talk deeply, that time together always made me feel close to them.
That's the essence of quality time. To people who value this, time is the most precious gift. When you cancel plans or seem distracted, it can feel like rejection.
Because it says you're not a priority right now.
Yes. So if this is your love language, a great English phrase is, I feel connected when we spend time together. Or, it means a lot when you make time for me.
And if you're trying to speak their language, you could say, let's grab a coffee and catch up.
I'd love to hear how you've been. Let's talk.
Beautiful. It's not about grand plans, it's about meaningful presence. Even a 20-minute chat over tea can fill someone's emotional cup.
Totally. Actually, I think that's why video calls became so important during lockdowns. People who need quality time were desperate for connection, even virtually.
That's a great point, and in English, we can express that too. I miss spending time with you in person, but I love that we can still talk like this. All right, now my personal favorite, acts of service.
The actions speak louder than words, people.
Exactly. For these folks, love is a verb.
If someone's love language is acts of service, they feel most cared for when others do something to make their life easier, like cooking a meal, helping with errands, or fixing something that's broken.
I totally relate. When someone helps me without me asking, I feel deeply appreciated. Like when a friend noticed my sink was leaking and fixed it before I even said anything.
That's exactly it. Those small, practical gestures carry so much meaning. To them, saying, let me know if you need anything, doesn't mean as much as showing up and helping.
Right, because for these people, love is visible. It's not abstract. It's like saying, I see you struggling and I've got your back.
Yes, and if you fail to keep your promises or add to their stress, it can feel really hurtful, even if that wasn't your intention.
Totally. So, how can we express this love language in English?
Let's give some examples. I made dinner so you can relax tonight.
Don't worry, I'll handle that for you.
Let me help you with your project.
And when receiving this kind of love, you might respond with, wow, that means a lot. Thank you for helping.
You have no idea how much easier you just made my day.
I love that. These are everyday expressions, but they build emotional trust.
And here's a cultural nuance. In English-speaking workplaces, acts of service often translates to teamwork, like staying late to help a colleague meet a deadline. That's professional kindness in action.
Exactly. And it's universal too. In families, friendships, or communities, actions that ease someone's burden speak louder than any I love you.
Music swells lightly, signaling the midpoint pause.
Sam, reflective, gentle. And that brings us to the halfway mark of today's episode. So far, we've covered 3 love languages: words of affirmation, quality time, and acts of service.
Ruby, transitioning warm. Next, we'll dive into the remaining 2, physical touch and receiving gifts, and explore how understanding them can transform not just your relationships, but also your emotional fluency in English.
Sam, confident, practical. Plus, we'll guide you through real-life dialogues and practical vocabulary to help you express care and appreciation naturally.
Ruby, calm, inviting. So take a deep breath, maybe grab a cup of tea, and let's keep going with speaking the language of love and friendship.
Music fades softly and transitions to a gentle background tone. Sam, warm, summarizing. So far, we've looked at 3 love languages: words of affirmation, quality time, and acts of service. Each one shows a different way we say, you matter to me.
Ruby, reflective, soft. Now let's explore the next one, physical touch. It's often seen as something romantic, but really, it's much broader and deeply human.
Gentle sound cue, like a heartbeat or soft chime.
Ruby, calm, explanatory. For people whose love language is physical touch, connection is literally felt. A simple gesture, a hug, a pat on the back, a high five can speak volumes.
Sam, affectionate, thoughtful. Right, it's not always about big affection, it's about comfort. I remember my mom holding my shoulder when I was nervous before an exam. She didn't say much, but that touch said, I'm here.
Right, it's grounding. Even a handshake in professional settings can create warmth and trust.
That's true, and it varies across cultures too. In some places, hugging friends is common. In others, a gentle tap or even eye contact is the accepted form of connection.
Yes, and that's a good reminder for our listeners who are learning English across different cultures. If you're not from a touchy culture, it's okay to adapt in your own way. Physical touch doesn't have to mean constant hugs. It can be a friendly fist bump, a reassuring pat, or even sitting close when someone's sad.
For someone with this language, those moments of closeness are like emotional recharging. But when they don't get that, or when people pull away physically, it can feel distance emotionally too.
That's why understanding consent and comfort levels is key. It's never about forcing contact, it's about connection that feels safe and mutual.
Absolutely. So, what are some English phrases we can use around this language?
Well, here are a few soft, natural ones. Can I give you a hug?
You look like you could use a hug today.
That high five just made my day.
And to express your own needs politely, you might say, I'm a hugger, hope that's okay.
Sometimes a little physical comfort helps me feel grounded.
I like that, grounded. It's a word that means stable, safe, emotionally balanced.
Exactly. Physical touch, when genuine, gives that sense of grounding. And it doesn't just comfort others, it releases oxytocin, the bonding hormone. So science agrees. It's powerful.
Reflective, soft.
I read that even small gestures, like holding a loved one's hand, can reduce stress levels. It's amazing how the body and heart communicate together.
So, listeners, think about this. Who in your life appreciates a hug or even a reassuring touch on the arm? And are you comfortable offering that kind of warmth?
And if you're not, that's okay too. Just recognizing that someone else might need it helps you meet them halfway. Sound cue, soft chime, like a small bell or wrapping paper rustle.
All right, the fifth and final love language, receiving gifts.
Sam, this one often gets misunderstood. People assume it's about money or materialism, but it's really about thoughtfulness.
Yes, for people with this love language, a gift is a symbol, a physical reminder that says, you were in my thoughts.
Exactly. The size or cost doesn't matter. It could be a seashell from your trip because it reminded you of your friend, or their favorite snack when they're having a rough week. I love that. One of my closest friends once gave me a single leaf, just a bright yellow autumn leaf, because I'd said I missed the season while living abroad. It's still pressed in my journal.
That's beautiful. That's exactly how this language works. It's the story behind the gift.
Right. Forgetting a special date or giving something without thought can feel painful to someone with this language, not because of the object itself, but because it feels like the thought was missing.
So, in English, how can we express appreciation through this love language?
Explanatory, soft. Try these phrases. I saw this and thought of you. This reminded me of that time I wanted you to have a little something to brighten your day.
And when receiving gifts, expressing gratitude really matters. You could say,
This means so much because you remembered.
you didn't have to, but I love that you did.
That last one is so warm. It communicates gratitude and recognition.
You know, in English culture, gift giving can also be subtle. For example, bringing dessert to a dinner party or buying coffee for a friend, those are small gestures that say, I appreciate you.
Absolutely. It's not about extravagance, it's about connection.
So now we've covered all 5 languages, but the real magic happens when you understand how they interact, when two people have different primary ones.
Exactly. Imagine this. I show love by sending thoughtful messages and small gifts, but my friend values quality time. I might feel proud of my effort, but they might still feel distant.
Right, because our translations don't match. It's like speaking French to someone who understands only Japanese.
Exactly. No one's wrong. We're just miscommunicating.
So what do? We learn each other's dialects. Just like learning English itself, it takes patience and curiosity.
Here's a good tip for listeners. Observe what others do for you. People usually express love in the way they want to receive it.
That's so true. If someone always offers to help, their love language might be acts of service. If they always give hugs, it might be physical touch.
Exactly. And if you match their effort, even a little, you start building emotional fluency, not just linguistic fluency.
Let's switch gears for a moment and bring in some English practice. The words we've used today, appreciated, valued, cherished, thoughtful, considerate, these are powerful emotional adjectives.
Yes, and they work beautifully in I feel statements. Let's do a mini practice. Repeat after us, listeners.
It makes me feel valued when I realize that I need.
Now let's personalize them a bit. I'll say a phrase, and you, Sam, fill in the blank. Ready?
Go for it.
Go for it. It makes me feel supported when...
Someone takes time to really listen without checking their phone.
Nice. How about I realized that I need...
More honest feedback. That's how I feel connected.
Perfect. These sentence starters are great for friendships, family, or even at work. They're clear, respectful, and emotional without sounding dramatic.
And the more you practice them, the more natural they'll sound, and the easier it'll be to express your needs clearly in English.
All right, let's set a gentle challenge for everyone listening.
Yes, the English Eden Connection Challenge.
Love that name. Here it is. 1. Identify your own top love language. 2. Guess the primary one of a close friend or family member. 3. This week, do one small act in their language.
If it's words of affirmation, send them a genuine compliment. If it's quality time, schedule a focused call. If it's acts of service, do something practical for them. If it's physical touch, offer a warm hug or handshake. If it's receiving gifts, surprise them with a little note or token.
Then notice what happens. Maybe their smile is wider, maybe the conversation feels lighter. That's the power of speaking someone's emotional dialect.
And, of course, practice your English phrases while you do it. You're not just improving your language skills, you're improving your emotional literacy.
Before we wrap up, I want to add something for our international listeners. Love languages can look different across cultures.
Yes, for example, in some Asian cultures, acts of service is the most common form of affection. Parents cooking, teachers staying late, it's love through responsibility.
Exactly. In Mediterranean cultures, physical touch is normal. People greet with hugs or kisses on the cheek. In Northern Europe, quality time or words of affirmation might feel more natural.
So when learning English, it's not just about vocabulary, it's about understanding how people express warmth socially.
That's such an important skill. Cultural empathy, the ability to see love and kindness in different forms, makes communication richer and more respectful.
So Ruby, after going through all 5, which one still feels strongest for you?
Honestly, words of affirmation still top the list. Hearing kind, sincere words just lights me up. But I've realized quality time matters more to me than I thought.
Same here. Mine's still quality time, but I've learned to appreciate words of affirmation more. Hearing someone say, "I value you," hits differently now that I understand why.
That's the beauty of this concept. Once you learn your own language, you start recognizing others, and relationships begin to breathe better.
And it all ties back to the theme of English Eden. Learning English isn't only about grammar or vocabulary, it's about building bridges, emotional, cultural, and personal.
Yes, language itself is an act of service, a gift, a shared moment, even a gentle touch, depending on how you use it.
Beautifully said.
Pause with gentle instrumental underscoring. Ruby. Inviting, calm. So, listeners, take a quiet moment today. Ask yourself, how do I show love and how do I like to receive it? Write your answers in English. Reflect, journal, or share with a friend.
Supportive, warm. And remember, there's no better language. They're all valid, just different. The goal isn't to change yours, but to understand others.
Exactly. Understanding someone's emotional language is one of the most generous things you can do.
Summarizing, gentle.
Let's quickly review today's key English words and phrases. Appreciated, cherished, valued, thoughtful, considerate, supported, grounded.
Sentence starters. I feel, I realize that I need, it means a lot to me when.
And remember those cultural connectors. I saw this and thought of you. Let's catch up soon. You did great today. Small phrases, big emotional power.
So what's the takeaway from speaking the language of love and friendship?
That love is universal, but the way we express it is personal. We each have our own emotional accent, our own dialect of care.
And learning to translate between those dialects can turn confusion into connection and simple words into real understanding.
That's what we hope English Eden gives you. Not just vocabulary, but a deeper awareness of what language can do.
We'd love to hear from you. What's your primary love language? Tell us on social media using #MyLoveLanguage or #EnglishEdenPodcast.
And if you found this helpful, please share it with a friend, maybe the very friend whose language you've just learned to speak.
Because connection grows when it's shared.
Thank you for joining us, for learning, and for caring about language, about people, about growth.
Keep learning, keep growing, and keep connecting.
Because at the end of the day,
That's what language is for.